Since the announcement of the UN-agreed truce, restrictions on Hodeidah port have been lifted and more fuel entered into the city. This has facilitated movement of goods among cities and ensured delivery of food commodities to war-affected people. This report has more on this.
According to a World Food Programme study on Yemen's food security, fuel imports through the Hodeidah port, which is controlled by the Houthi militia, increased considerably compared to the same period last year. The Yemeni government recently announced that the cost of petroleum imports increased by $2 billion in the first half of the year, compared to the previous year. Due to a food crisis caused by the situation in Ukraine, the government underlined the importance of increasing food aid to millions of Yemenis. Yemen's current level of famine is unprecedented, causing enormous suffering for millions of people. Despite ongoing humanitarian assistance, millions of Yemenis remained food insecure, and the number of people facing food insecurity is likely to climb by the end of the year. 17.4 million Yemenis are facing severe food shortages, with 31,000 living in famine-like circumstances. By the end of 2022, severe food insecurity is expected to reach 19 million people, with 161,000 people enduring famine-like conditions. Due to budget constraints, the World Food Programme targeted 8 million individuals with reduced rations in each distribution cycle as of January 2022, while 5 million people residing in regions of highest concern were targeted for full rations. During January to March, the monthly average cost of the minimum food basket grew by 25%, hitting an all-time high in March 2022. It is alarming that households must now pay twice as much to sustain the same level of food consumption that they battled to maintain in 2021. However, it is not simply food that is seeing record highs. Fuel prices at petrol stations and on the black markets hit an all-time high in the first quarter of 2022. In regions under government control, the pump price of fuel and diesel climbed by 78% and 90% respectively, compared to the fourth quarter of 2021, while those under Houthi authority witnessed rises of 20% and 43% respectively. The ceasefire between the Houthis and the Saudi-backed Yemeni government, established in April and extended for 2 months in June, represents the longest period of peace since the conflict began in late 2014.